while you were
Good
watching
stuff. Thank
something else last night, there was some, I guess, some development, some movement in the Juan Soto free agency story, which we don't expect to have a conclusion anytime soon. But apparently the Mets plan on meeting with Juan Soto next week. Team hierarchy, the brass will be out there. I'm sure that these conversations all flow through Stevie Cohen because, you know, he's going to be doing the lifting here, of course. And so Juan Soto is going to tick off a meeting. And I know you were wondering when we discussed this morning if this is considered early in the process for Soto to be doing this.
Well, it's in the New York Post. It says, hey, look, power trip, Cohen to fly west. That's news to me. I thought he was coming to New York. I thought Soto was going to be here.
They're going to him.
They're going out to Boris Corp in Newport.
Right. Okay. What do you think? What's your takeaway from this? Is it early? Do you think is it early for this meeting to happen or not?
I hope they're getting the message that they have to move it along. They're going to hold up all the sport. If I'm a player, all right, if Matt Vasgersian is a free agent here at MLB Network, I got to know what you're getting. If I'm the next guy up, right? Because I can't negotiate until I know what the ceiling is. Where are we at? What's the market? He's setting this year's market. Every year it changes. Just like the qualifying offers continue to rise, so do the salaries. Soto's setting the market. So I'm going to give you a blind resume. This is for you, Matt.
Okay.
All right, 2 players. All right.
Here we go.
This last season, 2024. On the left is one guy, on the right is the other. All right. Leave it alone. We'll go to the next one. We'll go
And
to
I know who that is. Can I guess?
Yeah.
It's Alonso on the left.
No, 44 is, can I guess?
Yes.
Santander.
Yes. All right. So we are, what, $500 million apart from these two guys?
I don't know if it's going to be that much, but I get what you're saying. I get what Santander is also a lot older, though.
He's 4 years older.
Significant.
Yes. So.
But he switched hits.
But if I'm him, I'm saying, okay, if the number's $600 million for Soto, sorry, guys, but I can't be 100. He's not $500 million better than me. And if you look at the years he's putting together, I'm just saying that's how the market is looked at. Let's look at 23 and 24 together.
All right, let me lock in on the financials.
He's hanging with the best in the business as a hitter, so to speak.
I like that you went back an additional year, too, because it still holds up.
And it holds up the year before that as well. So I'm just saying, as a baseball player, I'm sitting there going, okay, I get it. Shohei Ohtani, $700 million. He pitches and he hits. I'm not touching that. But I will argue that this guy's not $500 million better than me. That's what I'm saying. So my point back to your initial question is, I hope Soto moves the process because everybody's going to sit and wait and see where's the market at.
Well, and I get your point. It's really well taken, and I think, unfortunately, it is going to get held up.
Yeah, it is.
One of the other names in this arena, I guess, and I don't think Teoscar Hernández money is going to be commensurate to Soto's.
Hold on one second. I got a question for you before we move on to the next. So what is the conversation going to be? You're the Mets. You fly out to sit down with him. What's the conversation? You either going to make an offer or you're going to tell him how great New York is? What's
I don't
the
think they start
conversation?
to sell that way. I think this is a get to know each other conversation. It's going to be a casual lunch, get to know the player, get to know the heartbeat. Player has a chance to get to know the potential boss. I don't think there's going to be anything that leads to an offer here. This is purely a social call, my guess.
Makes sense. I want to know. I want to look at you across the way. If I'm Steve Cohen, I want to talk to you. I want to see what I'm going to invest in the next 14 years.
Right.
You know?
And you hope that the guy walks in and you connect and you make eye contact and firm handshake and you have meaningful conversation.
And sometimes it doesn't happen.
Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes one party or the other is drifting and checking his phone and walks in, smelling like he hasn't showered or whatever it might be that offends the other side. But I don't think that's the case here. Let's move on because Teoscar Hernández is another name that's out there, and apparently there's a little bit of movement there as well with teams planning to meet with him. The Red Sox and Orioles have declared interest, and why wouldn't they? They're going to be in plenty of good company because he has a robust market ahead of him after a banner year helping lead the Dodgers to a World Series championship. So I think the Red Sox are a fascinating fit for him. Ballpark-wise, I'm not sure I could say the same thing for Camden Yards because of what they did in left field. If they lose Santander, they're going to kick the tires on everybody out there that can hit a home run. Here are the numbers for Teoscar. He got out of Seattle and took off. Everything was better out of that ballpark in the Pacific Northwest. And I think the guy on the right, his 2024 numbers, more indicative of what he'll do in the future than what he did in the repressed offensive environment of T-Mobile. What do you think?
I agree with that.
All
I got one other thing I want to add to it. My only question mark. Was he a better product being in a better lineup?
Because of what was around him. Great question.
Are you going to do that in Boston? And in Baltimore, you'll have some people around you. But that ballpark does worry me, what they did in left field.
So I'm going to make a statement here because you think correctly that Juan Soto holds the key for all the player movement this offseason. I think the Red Sox are the most interesting team in terms of, from a team standpoint. They're the most fascinating watch. Are they going to behave like the big market team that they are for the first time in 4 or 5 years?
They have to.
They haven't for forever. And there are multiple needs there, man. They're about to lose one of their biggest offensive contributors. Mr. Canada is perhaps packed up and headed elsewhere. They have no pitching, bullpen's bad, starting rotation's banged up, yet they have some intriguing pieces. They got one of the best managers in the sport. If they spend some money, they could be back again. And I think the Red Sox are fascinating.
Well, I think they've got to also look at there's only so many dollars to be spent in whatever market you are, whether it's L.A. or whether it's in New England. The Celtics are owning that town right now. The Patriots are down, and you got a chance to rise the tide again with Red Sox fans and grabbing that extra dollar.
Yeah.
And this is the time to make a run. And the other thing that's happening with the Red Sox, the rest of the league is running away from you if you don't step in. You know, because you're looking at Toronto's not going to stop. The Yankees are not going to stop. Baltimore has found their stride. You can get left in the dust real quick unless you really say, hey, it's time for us to get in this race.
We're going to dive in deeper on the Red Sox next week because there was some chatter out there that maybe Casas would be moved. I don't know that that's the case.